Level 14. Level 14 doesn't invite you in, it waits, because eventually everyone comes. The moment your feet touch its soil, something shifts. Not around you, within you. The sky above isn't black, it's velvet. Stars don't twinkle, they watch. Trees hum in a language your nerves understand before your brain does. It's not silence, but stillness. That kind of stillness you feel just before sleep swallows you whole. Every color is wrong. The grass shouldn't shimmer like blood under moonlight. The river shouldn't sound like breathing. And the people, if you can call them that, don't walk. They sway, smile, and sink. Some are half buried, whispering sweet things with empty sockets. Others are laughing without lungs. There's no hunger here, no time. Just the gentle pull of comfort, of forgetting, of surrender. And once the forest gets a taste of you, your heartbeat, your doubt, it won't let go. You might remember your name for a while, but it'll start to sound foreign in your own mouth. You'll hear a better one whispered between the trees. There are no maps, no routes out, only a path in, and the next step is yours. Level 485. Level 485 doesn't try to deceive you. It wants you to see what's coming and be too paralyzed to stop it. The place is a rotting house preserved in a nightmare. Rooms coated in cobwebs, ceilings sagging from moisture, and burned out corners that reek of things long extinguished. The air scratches your throat. Every step sounds like a promise the floor can't keep. This isn't just the darker version of something else. It's a reflection, twisted past recognition. Where the whiteout is empty, this place is crowded with malice. You're never alone. Hounds hunt these halls, smilers leer from corners, and something called the frayed brushes against the walls just enough for you to question your sanity. Windows line the walls, but they don't offer escape, only repetition. A midnight field frozen in time. Every pane shows the same impossible view. You stare too long, and you'll start to see glowing eyes in the distance. They don't blink. And then there's the bride. She doesn't run. She doesn't speak. She appears quietly, always at the edge of the room, weeping in silence. You leave. She follows. Pictures scattered around the house sometimes show another figure standing behind her. They call him the Maker, but here, it's her you need to fear. There's no supply, no shelter, no exit anyone's confirmed. Just that one gray door that only swings one way, and once it does, welcome home. Level 171. Level 171 doesn't rot, it remembers. At first it stages a show. The velvet warmth of a 1930s atrium greets you with jazz melodies and perfumed air that clings to every polished corner. But this hospitality is hollow. The floorboards creak wrong. The urns filled with roses don't wilt. And the smiles in the wallpaper, they don't blink. The farther you drift, the more it unravels. Mothballs replace rosewater. Furniture warps. The ceilings sag, and then the lights stutter, not out of disrepair, but rhythm. This cycle isn't electrical, it's deliberate. That's when the signal lights come alive. They're not lamps, they're scouts. Their pulse summons the blight, an unholy swarm of sentient predators that exist in both clarity and shadow. When the lights glow warm, you see chandeliers and ghosts of a golden age. But when the cycle dies, the walls breathe mildew and the jazz wails off key, dragging each note like a scream in slow motion. You don't run because you're afraid. You run because standing still might get you seen by something that sees through illusions better than you ever could. No one sets up camp here. No maps exist. Just whispers in hallways and the soft crunch of carpet soaked through with rot. Whatever event shattered this place off from level 5 didn't just break the lights. It broke time, space, and memory. And the worst part? The lights always come back on, just long enough to make you think you're safe. Level 3. Level 3 doesn't feel abandoned. It feels like it's trying to get rid of you. The narrow, suffocating tunnels press against your ribs, pulsing with the distant roar of machines you'll never see. Copper pipes line the brown brick walls like exposed nerves, and the air is thick with heat, metal, and something else. Fear. This isn't a place you wander into. It's a place that swallows you whole. Here, the rooms twist in nonsensical patterns, interrupted only by things you wish weren't there. Rusted prison bars that never open, black sludge that eats through skin and sanity, and hallways too tight for a normal body. And the worst part? You're probably not alone. Hounds, clumps, smilers, skin stealers. This place is crawling, and every echo might be a footstep that isn't yours. Despite that, people try to live here. Meg Base Gamma stands like a flickering flame in the dark, built from shredded toothbrushes, shoelaces, toy plastic horseshoes, and glue. The bones, not the foundation, but bound to slings made for fighting off the things that come too close. The only reason anyone bothers? Supplies. Level 3 hoards resources like a dragon, almond water, fire salt, even working electronics. But the price for looting its treasures is constant paranoia, and maybe your life. The machines here are alive in the wrong way. They buzz and churn without anyone to run them, and sometimes they explode for no reason at all. You can't turn them off. You can only pray they don't notice you. Maybe it's the hum, maybe it's the heat, maybe it's the whisper behind your ear that you're not supposed to be here. Whatever it is, don't linger, and definitely don't look back. So if you made it out of level 3 alive, hit subscribe, because where we're going next, you'll want all the warnings you can get. Level 161. Level 161 doesn't welcome you. It preserves you. The cadaver house isn't empty. It's paused. Every room is trapped in a still life horror show, styled like a 1940s American dream gone cold. The wallpaper is thin, the furniture's fake, and nothing here is built to last, except the silence. Doors creak open to reveal perfectly arranged scenes. Plastic corpses draped across beds, slumped at kitchen tables, curled beside painted bathtubs. Each figure is lifelike in the worst way, frozen mid-scream, pierced through the eye, or collapsed mid-step with blood that'll never dry. No two are the same. No one dies here twice the same way. And then there's him. The Tinkerer isn't an intruder. He belongs to this place like dust belongs to forgotten shelves. He doesn't speak. He doesn't even flinch when spotted. He only studies, kneels beside a corpse, scribbles into a worn notebook, then slips back into the shadows like an autopsy ghost with too many theories and no one to argue back. There's no food, no water, no windows to the outside, just paper-thin rooms and a whisper of wind where there shouldn't be any. You're not meant to live here. You're meant to be cataloged. So if you feel a breeze beneath the door, don't open it. He might already be taking notes. Level 9. Level 9 opens like a memory that doesn't belong to you. Familiar, but wrong. The sky is locked at midnight, yet there's no chill in the air, just silence and static, like the world forgot to load the rest of the sound. Streets stretch endlessly between mismatched houses, none of them identical, though some pretend to be. Their walls hum faintly, not with electricity, but with something else, something older. Step inside any of them, and you'll find ordinary things. Couches that don't gather dust, TVs that never turn on, beds that still remember someone else's weight. Sometimes two homes exist in the same space, clipped together like a bad rendering glitch. Sometimes there's just nothing. But you're not alone. The roads here don't like company. Creatures linger in puddles that never dry, fog that doesn't move, and street lamps that blink with intention. If one flickers when you walk by, don't look up, and if you hear footsteps behind you, just hope they're yours. They say you can get out by following the arrows. They don't mention how long the path is or how different you'll be by the time it ends. And if you see a child waving from a lit window, keep walking. That's not their house, and they're not waving at you. Level 69. Level 69 doesn't begin with a scream. It begins with a seatbelt click. You come to in the driver's seat of a car you don't recognize on a highway that shouldn't exist. Fog clings to the windshield like it's trying to get in. The world outside is still, dead still, except for the soft mechanical hum beneath your seat. No city, no stars, just asphalt, walls, and miles of nothing. You're not parked, you're stranded. This place is a labyrinth stretched into a single direction. Every car on this road is sealed like a tomb, every light source a lifeline. Step outside, the fog shifts, the sky listens, and sometimes, just sometimes, something above drops a limb down to remind you what it means to be hunted. Inside the car, you're safe, mostly. The engine doesn't need fuel. The dashboard flickers but never dies. But the whispers crawl in through the silence, wearing voices that sound like your own. They ask questions you don't want to answer. They repeat the same ones over and over. Driving might be the only way forward. Or maybe it's the trap. No matter how long you press the gas, the horizon doesn't budge. But you can't afford to stop. Not for sleep, not for hope, not even for questions. Because here's the real horror. It's not the entities, not even the fog. It's the possibility that you're the one who turned the key, and now the only thing chasing you is the silence behind. Level 601. Level 601 greets you with a lie. At first glance, it looks final. The clean corridors, the industrial lighting, the bold metal letters spelling out the end is near. A sterile hush drapes the space, so quiet it loops around into something unnatural. Your footsteps vanish in it. Even your breath seems like it doesn't belong. You're in a library, but not the kind that shares knowledge. This one hoards it. Rows of shelves stretch endlessly. No matter how far you walk, you'll never feel closer to the exit. Turn around. There's a wall now. Try to scream. Even your own voice betrays you, muted by something deeper than silence. And then come the fake realities. Maybe it's your bedroom, a school hallway, your grandmother's kitchen. They wrap around you like comfort, but everything's slightly off. The shadows twitch when you blink. Your phone won't turn on. No one acknowledges you unless they do, and you really don't want that. Partygoers linger here too, watching the computer terminals that still buzz like they know something. They're the only machines that work in this place, and you should never touch them. You can live here if you call hallucinating safety living. Some do. The junkies call it home, high on memory juice and drowning in fake nostalgia. They say it helps, but if you're not ready to forget who you are, don't linger. This isn't the end. It's the loop pretending to be one. You've made it this far, through static screams, haunted suburbs, infinite tunnels, and highways that whisper your name. But here's the thing, the backrooms don't end. Not really. They just get darker, deeper, stranger. So if your mind's still intact and your flashlight's still flickering, hit subscribe, because we're not done mapping the madness. Stay alert, stay inside, and whatever you do, don't stop watching.